Alright, Shalom, this is your brother Shamar from Phoenix. With that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the brothers doing this work in truth and sincerity. As we're coming into the family of the Word, man, for the majority of the people out there, it's just going to be too late. Because in a couple of weeks, YouTube's going to put new decrees against this truth, man. As they tighten and strict and make those decrees more stricter, it's basically going to take the truth off of YouTube, man. But that's all prophecy, man. That's all family of the Word. That's all family of the Word. With that, I'm going to get Jeremiah 25:4. It says, "And the Most High has sent unto you all his servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them, but ye have not hearkened nor inclined your ear to hear." So the Most High has sent his servants, the prophets, man. He sent his prophets, to go out in the highways and hedges to push these videos on the YouTube, man. But the people have not hearkened nor inclined your ear to hear. So basically, when the truth gets pulled, when the truth gets pulled from YouTube, when the plug gets pulled from putting videos upon the internet, it's gonna be too late for the majority of you jakes, man. Because you were given an opportunity to hear this word, but you didn't hearken to it. You might have heard it. You might have passed by it. You might have browsed by it on going on YouTube, but ultimately you did not hear. Because it's not meant for everybody to hear, man. Because the Lord said that you're a stiff-necked people. With that, I'm gonna get Titus 2:15. This is Titus 2:15, and it says, "These things speak and exhort and rebuke with authority. Let no man despise me." So that's what we did, man. We spoke, we exhorted, and rebuked with all authority. We by the authority of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we have spoken this word, man. Regardless of what anybody said, but any conference corners or any people said about it, man. But you people have not hearkened, you have not listened, you have not inclined your ear. The Lord sent us out here to exhort and rebuke, and we done it with authority. We done it by the authority of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and we continue to do so, and we're going to continue to do so until that famine of the word is in full effect, man. So I'm going to get Acts 7:51. This is Acts 7, starting at verse 51. And it says, "Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears, ye do always resist the Holy Spirit, as your father did, so do ye." So basically, these people that have not listened to the word, that have not hearkened to the word, they were the same men and women back in the ancient days that had that same spirit upon them, that rebellious, stiff-necked spirit upon them, man. And we keep on going. "Which of the prophets have your not fathers persecuted? They have slain them, which ye showed them before of the coming of the just one, who you now been the betrayers and murderers." So the prophets have been sent by the Lord, man. And you stiff-necked Israelites, you uncircumcised in heart, you resisted it, man. You did not hearken unto it. You didn't incline your ear unto it. So I'm going to get Exodus 32:9. This is Exodus 32:9, and then it says, "And the Most High said unto Moses, I have seen these people, behold, it is a stiff-necked people." So that's an evaluation of our people, man, from the Most High. "I have seen these people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people." So the Lord knows that the majority of our people are rebellious, man. That they will not hearken. That they're as sawdust children, man. They're just like kids that don't fucking listen. You got a kid that don't listen, or you got whether it be a niece or nephew, your own, some little bratty ass kid, you want to put the belt to his ass, and that's what the Lord's gonna do to the majority of our people. He's gonna put judgment and punishment upon a majority of the people for being stiff-necked, for being rebellious, for not hearkening, man. With that, I'm going to get Ezekiel 3:11, because the Lord has sent his prophets out here to teach us 100% truth, man. And the thing about it is that it's going to be too late once that plug gets pulled. This Ezekiel 3:11 says, and go and get them of the captivity to show them thy people, and speak unto them, tell them, thus saith the Most High Power, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. So whether you hear, whether you forbear, whether you take heed to it, the fact is that this truth has been presented to pretty much the whole earth already, the whole world. And there's a lot of people that just turn their face from it, shrug their shoulder from it, put it behind their back, turn their hand away from it. That even there's men that got into it, and they thought it was some kind of fad or entertainment, and they left it. And why? Because they're stiff necked people, man. Like the scripture says, they're a rebellious house. It says in verse 9. They says, an diamond harder than flint have I made thy forehead, fear them not. This man that looks, or they be rebellious house. And that rebellious house is talking about the nation of Israel, man, because they rebelled to hear the words of this truth. But the thing about it is that that's all prophecy too. That's prophecy too, man. That the majority of people are not going to receive this word. That's prophecy. That's a prophecy in itself. Just like the prophecy of the famine of the word, and the prophecy of the Lord putting men out in the streets to preach this word. This is all prophecy, man. This is all in the scriptures. Samuel, 2 Corinthians 4 and 3. All the things that's been going on, all the truth that's been put out there already. It's all part of what the scriptures say. But you people refuse to believe or see that, man. You think we're just a bunch of nuts with insane people with dresses on out there, babbling and cursing and cussing. But there's some men that take heed. There's some men that took heed. There's some sincere men out there that listen. That follow the camps, that are sincere in their beliefs, and following this truth. But the majority of our people, it's going to be too late for when that time comes, man. 2 Corinthians 4 and 3 says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, man. So hey, if our gospel be hid, if our good news be hid, if you have not received it or heard about it, and have not been revealed unto you, it's because it's been hidden from you on purpose by the Most High, whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them. We preach not ourselves, but Messiah Yahweh Shai, the Lord, and ourselves your servants for Messiah Yahweh Shai's sake. For Yahweh will command the light to shine out of darkness and shine in our hearts and our minds, to give the light of knowledge of the glory of Yahweh in the face of Messiah Yahweh Shai. So this truth has been hidden. This truth has been hidden, on purpose, man. Why? Because it's part of your judgment ultimately. Like I said, man, those same scoffers and corners and stiff-necked rebellious people that we have among our people today were the same ones back in the ancient days that didn't want to hear or take heed. And now they got to receive the judgment for that, man. Most High wouldn't, we be those men that endure unto the end and take and be faithful unto death. That's what we're hoping for, that the Lord put the Spirit upon us to withstand the things that are coming, because we know that there's going to be a lot more worse things coming, man. We don't have no filters in saying that. We're not here to sugarcoat anything. We know that there's times coming that's going to be real fucked up, man, real hard. So we understand that all the things that are going on is all based on the scriptures, man. Then I'm going to get Job 36 and 12. This is Job 36 and 12, and it said, but if they obey not, they shall perish by the sword, and they shall die without knowledge. But the hypocrites in heart heap upon wrath, they cry not when he bindeth them. They die in youth, and their life is among the unclean. So he said, but they obey not, they shall perish by the sword. So basically that's the point I was trying to get, verse 12. It says, if they obey or not, they shall perish by the sword, man. So the reward, the punishment for your disobedience is death, basically. The Lord has set up 2/3 of our people for death. Why? Because that's his judgment, man. So I'm going to get Romans, the 2nd chapter. It's Romans 2, verse 8 and 9. It says, but unto them that are contentious and do not obey the truth, but obey righteousness, indignation, and wrath. So that's what happens to those that are not obedient to this word, man. It says, I'm going to read that back again. But on them that are contentious and do not obey the truth, but obey unrighteousness, indignation, and wrath, tribulation and anguish upon every soul, the man that does evil, the Jew first, and also the Gentile. And we all know that that word Gentile is talking about Israelite foreigners, man. But glory, honor, and peace to every man that work is good, to the Jew first and also to the Gentile. We know, and once again, don't get it twisted. We know that the word Gentile is referring to the Israelite foreigners. It's not referring to the heathen nations. I'm going to read that back again, verse 5. It says, but after the hardness and impenitent heart, that's what we was talking about, the disobedience, the stiff-neckedness of our people, treasures up unto thyself wrath against the day of wrath, and revelation of the righteous judgment of Yahweh, will render every man according to his deeds. So that's ultimately, that's what it is, man. That's ultimately what it is. It's judgment of Yahweh. It says right there, the revelation of the righteous judgment of Yahweh, man. That's basically what that is. Instead, I'm going to get Proverbs 11 and 21. And it says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So see, everyone's going to get their just dessert, so to speak, man. Everyone's going to get what's coming to you. There's no hiding from the Lord. The scripture says, whatever a man soweth, that's how he reap also. It said, be ye not deceived, the Most High is not mocked, man. So there's no backdoor pass. There's no loopholes. There's no shortcuts in this thing, man. That's why the Lord called it the straight gate, man. And it says, few there be that find it. And Most High willing will the men walk in that path. So whatever these people think, these Spokane Malones and these 2/3 that believe them, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, man. So the 2/3 among are wicked also. So is the so-called white man. He's among the wicked, and they join hand in hand with the 2/3 because they're following the doctrines and philosophies of the so-called white man, who we call Esau, Edom, according to the scriptures. So they shall not be unpunished. They shall not be unpunished. So that's basically the theme of this lesson right here, man. The things, the reason why we see things happening and the way they're happening is because this is all for the Lord's program to be in full effect, man. For the elect to be sealed, for the wicked, the 2/3 of our people, to not get the truth, and they be sealed to destruction, and for the Lord's program to come, man, for righteousness to be, because this is all in the scriptures, and ultimately what we're going to be praying for is hoping for is for that righteousness and mercy of Yahweh Shai to be set upon us, and ultimately Israel will be saved, but there has to be judgment first, man. And that's just the way it is. And that's something that the majority of people, they don't accept, man. They don't want to accept it. And that's why it's not taught in the so-called Christian church. You're taught that you can, all you got to do is say the magic prayer, and you're guaranteed a seat in a mansion in heaven, so to speak. That's contrary to the scriptures, because what the scriptures say, he that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. So this is the raw, unfiltered truth that the apostles and elders of Great Millstone have been bringing out, man, for all these years. And there's going to be a time coming pretty soon that the Lord's going to shut this down, man. And there's not going to be no more men on the highways and hedges. There's not going to be no more videos of truth being put up by the men of the Lord. It's going to be a whole different time, man. It's going to be a change, like the Apostle Gabar in a video, man, about change. There's going to be a change, man. And that's what we're excited to see. And it's gonna be a rough road ahead, but we know that, us men of the Lord, if you are a man of the Lord, then you're gonna trust in the Lord to bring you through all those things, man. But ultimately, this thing is coming to an end, man. That was just a real quick lesson. Most High willing, I hope it was edifying. But that won't say Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahweh Shai, Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahweh Shai, Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahweh Shai. Shalom.